We're joined now by Mr. Brendan with ReptileGuide.net, and he's here to show us some critters, as you call them. I've got a big critter on my neck and shoulders right now. This is Mr. Freckles.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about Mr. Freckles.
Yeah, Mr. Freckles is a red-tailed boa constrictor. Boa constrictors come from South America. We can tell he's a red tail if we look at his tail right here. So the tail of a snake is considered the last third of his body. So Mr. Freckles is 13 years old. He's 9.5 feet long, and he weighs almost 30 pounds. So the last third of his body would be his tail, would be about a little over 3 feet. And you can see some brownish, reddish, even orangish colors on his tail. And then if we look behind his head, you might be able to tell how he got his name, Mr. Freckles.
Yeah, he's got him right there. And he's a bit of a celebrity, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, so Mr. Freckles is going to be in a music video that'll be coming out here at the end of this month, I think the 28th. Beth Garner, her title track is Snake Farm. And so we had a couple different snakes in the video, and he's one of them. He's also been in a TV commercial, and
big time.
I think a photo shoot as well, just a
that?
still shoot too.
How about that? Now, who is Katie holding over there?
Yeah, who do I got right here?
So this is Leo. He is a leopard gecko, and leopard geckos come from Iran and Pakistan, over in that area of the world. And he is a terrestrial gecko, so he lives on the ground, on the earth, the terra firma. There are also arboreal geckos, and one of the differences between the two is arboreal geckos don't have eyelids. So they actually use their tongue to clean their eyes. So Leo here has the best of both worlds, because he has eyelids and his tongue is long enough where he can clean his eyes too with his tongue.
Oh, wow. Now, he feels a little different than what I thought he was going to feel like, too.
Yes, so most reptiles have scales, and you always want to pet them from behind the head towards the tail, so you're going with the scales, and that way you don't catch a scale. If you go backwards, you can catch a scale. But he doesn't have overlapping scales. He has more of a really soft skin with some kind of bumps underneath his skin.
And he's a really friendly guy, too. He's not squirming anywhere. He's just sort of staying put.
Yes, and he's one of the critters that we recommend for first exotic pet for people that want to get something for their children, because they're very low maintenance and they're pretty hardy.
Right, and that's why I'm holding him, too, because he's pretty low maintenance, and I don't think I could be over there with Mr. Freckles. But tell us a little bit about your business. What is ReptileGuide.net?
So we do reptile-themed programming and educational workshops. So anything from birthday parties, Boy Scout, Girl Scout, 4-H, small classrooms. We focus on small groups and hands-on. So 18 or less main guests. And that way all those people get a chance to feel, touch and feel the different skins and scales of all the critters that we bring to that kind of programming. Right.
So how can people connect with you to get involved with these little guys, these little critters?
Yeah, so you definitely want to check out our website, ReptileGuide.net, and then we also have a Facebook page, Instagram, and a YouTube channel. So there's all kind of cool stuff going on.
Wonderful. So he's actually going to be back later on in the show. Mr. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us for now, but we're going to learn a little bit more about these critters later on. Now we're back with our special guest, Mr. Brendan, and Mr. Freckles and Leo here. But Mr. Brendan, you joined us earlier on in the show talking about these little guys, but could you tell us a little bit more about the Middle Tennessee Exotic Pet Expo that's coming up?
Yes, so the expo is a fundraiser for the Middle Tennessee Exotic Pet Club. So we put on our expo twice a year, and this year will be in April, the 29th and 30th, and then again in October. So our pet club has been in existence for over 30 years. It started out as a bird club, and then over the past several years we've added in all of the exotic pets. And so we've really grown our expo. So the past two expos, we've had over 60 vendors and over 5,000 people come through the door. It's a really family-friendly event. We only charge $1 to get in. So everybody can come. You can bring your whole family and come and hang out and see lots of cool critters.
So are you coming back to Murfreesboro?
We'll be in Nashville at the fairgrounds for this event.
So do people get to actually get in do what I'm doing at expos like this, get to hold Mr. Freckles and stuff like that? What's what's the hands-on kind of stuff they get to do?
So at this expo, we really focus on education of people thinking about getting an exotic pet.
Okay.
We want them to really learn about the different pros and cons to each animal. So we have programming going on. So we have speakers going on throughout the day. So if there's a specific critter that you're interested in, check out our website about 2 weeks before the event, and we'll have our list of speakers, and so you'll know what time you want to be there, so you can learn about a pet that you might be thinking about getting.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for bringing your little critters to hang out with us too. We've really had a lot of fun.
No problem.